Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back in Blackpool for event 2 of the Ultimate Pool Challenger series. Let's get it. Alright, like I said guys, back in Blackpool. This is event 2 of the Ultimate Pool Challenger series at the Pro Series event. So again, I'll be in tier 2 for the Challenger series. Event 1 wasn't great. I finished, I think I'm like 90th in the rankings. The goal of this weekend is to make a top 32 at least. So there's 2 tournaments for the weekend, and yeah, if I can make top 32 in one of them, I'll be happy. If I can make 16, I'll be even happier. Yeah, just walking up next to the seafront right now. The hotel where the venue is for the tournament is the Grand Hotel Blackpool. I didn't manage to post any content with it during the daylight. Nothing really to write home about, but it makes for a good venue in terms of space for the tables. My hotel is over here because as much as you should be staying in the hotel, where I came onto the tour really late, I've tried to book a room in there for each of the 5 events, and it's fully booked for each, so I'm having to make do for a little B&B down the road. So not ideal, but as long as I can play in the event, and that's all that matters. But yeah, let's get a look at what it's like inside. All right, so back again, just giving you guys an idea of what it's like on the first day here. There's only the professionals here right now, the amateurs aren't here, so it's quite quiet. Lots of professional players sitting in the reception area, and obviously this table being used for the TikTok tournament. For those of you who have watched my matches where I play head camera, use my head camera to play matches against players, some of the pros. I've fixed the frame rate on my GoPro, so you won't get those flickering lights anymore. So yeah, I'll be hopefully filming some of those episodes on this table this weekend, so yeah, look out for those, and I'll see you soon. Cool, so I've managed to grab one of the professional pool players here. So we've got Sean Story, Ultimate Pool Professional. Some of you will notice him from his big money matches that he plays on Facebook and other sites, but yeah, he's one of the Ultimate Pool Professionals here. So so Sean, just getting your thoughts on the weekend, and yeah, look forward to it.
Always love coming up here. It's a bit of a different one for me this weekend because my other half of my little 5-month-old normally stay at home.
Oh, okay.
Obviously she's only been around 5 months, but normally I drop my other half to her parents, but they were a bit under the weather, so they've lastminute.com come with me, so I'm not in the hotel, I'm in an apartment around the corner.
That's similar to me, yeah.
So it's a totally different feel for me. I've just played there, and normally I'd be around the venue watching matches, commentating, but obviously I've just literally rolled into the venue 15 minutes before my match.
Who did you play just now?
I played Josh Juhas, and yeah, it was sort of like nip and tuck, went 2-0 up, 2-all, and he made a couple of mistakes that win. I ended up winning 7-3, but I was very shaky, to be honest. It wasn't a solid performance. I mean, to be fair, actually, if you look back, I didn't make many mistakes, and I took up some good finishes, but it didn't feel like, it felt like I was hoping they were going in rather than knowing they were going in, kind of thing, but I did get them, and yeah, he made a couple of mistakes, and that was it really. So yeah, I suppose if you look back at actually like pot percentage and clearance percentage and all that, and broke well, but didn't feel great. So need a coffee.
So in terms of the weekend then, does that give you the confidence to get a little bit further in this? And do you have expectations? Like a lot of people who watch these videos, you know, they're aspiring to be professional players. So they just want to know, like, what's your thought process when it comes in? Are you expecting to win? Are you expecting to do well, or do you always come in thinking, oh, this is going to be terrible, or like what's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm always evolving, but I always try and just stay positive and don't think about the result, because you've got to try and focus on things in your control, and winning or losing is way out of your control. You know, I've been dished off the table many times. Likewise, I've dished people off the table many times. So all you could do is try and hit the break solid and straight, and hope you get a ball, hope you get, you know, whatever. That's beyond that, I'm just trying to enjoy it and see what happens really. I don't set any goals anymore because, as I say, it's just detrimental to set things that are outside of your control, you know? Yeah,
I think a lot of questions I get about controlling the nerves. Obviously you mentioned there you get shaky a little bit. Do you have anything that helps you like control your nerves when you're playing, or like
I very rarely get
routine
that.
or anything?
I don't know if it was shaky, I just didn't feel, I felt like I was twitching the minute, so I don't know what that is, but normally I sort of just work on breathing, exercises and staying relaxed, and just trying, if I'm feeling it like that, I'll kind of if I feel like I'm really under pressure, I won't watch the pot go in. I'll just kind of concentrate on cueing it well and forget about whether the pot goes in or not. As much as you can. Kind of,
I think that takes control, doesn't it?
As soon as you're trying to like force the ball in, that's when you kind of come offline. Your eyes go to the pocket too quick.
Yeah, for sure.
That type of thing, and you kind of cue follows your eye line. So I try and just keep everything dead straight and forget about the pot. When I'm bang under pressure, yeah, I'm
going to be taking that for sure. Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate your time, and best of luck for the rest of the tournament. Yeah?
Thanks,
cheers, mate. See you later. Right, guys, so obviously we just had an interview there with Sean, who actually just mentioned to me that your tip came off your brake cue. Is that right, during that match?
Yeah, I was chalking it, so it's must have been good for about 300 or 400 brakes. I brake with kind of I don't know if you've got calipers, but it's sub 8mm, I think, that tip.
Yeah, so we can check it.
Yeah.
But I prefer that. It might be about 7.5, I would guess. But there you go. This will be interesting. I don't
I was going to say,
got these calipers. So.
Luckily we've got the man for the job. We've got Jim.
Probably brake with the smallest tip on tour for a brake tip.
What size tip do you use?
7.7.
Oh wow! Wait, to brake or to play?
To brake. To play, I use about 8.8.
Okay, that's the same as me. Yeah.
7.7 is what he's braking with.
I bet this is about 8.5, my playing cue, something like that. It's supposed to be 8.5, but they're always a little bit out.
So we're going to fit this G4, Century G4 to this then, yeah?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jim is the man.
We weren't sure which fits the tip. I normally just put a hard pressed elk or something like that on.
Yeah.
Cheers, Sean. So that one, your playing cue is 8.6, and the brake cue. That's a strange way around, isn't it?
Giving away too much information there.
Yeah.
Brake cue is 7.7.
I've not got the best brake on tour, so no one's going to be copying me.
Oh, well, we'll put that G4 on the brake cue anyway.
Cheers. That'll do it, won't it? That'll do.
And Jim, do you have like just a brief kind of introduction to the fans, obviously what you do for the players and stuff, like the services you offer and things like that?
So I have the Q clinic here. We do what we call Q service, which is like a mini refurb.
Yeah.
Basically, you can. It's on that post.
All the information. I'll get around there in a second. Check that.
So we give the Q a good clean.
Yeah.
Basically, clean the pores out of all the micro dust, chalk dust that's already in the shaft.
Yeah.
Clean and dry the shaft off. That dries it out a little.
Yeah.
So we give it a light dusting with some Q oil.
Cool.
Just to put a little bit of nourishment back into the wood while it's dry.
Yeah.
Dry that off, and then we seal the pores in with the Lynch's Q balm.
I was going to say, so do you want to just show the fans? Obviously, they're not familiar with Lynch's Q balm. A lot of them, I don't think, is okay.
So Lynch's Q balm is a final plane finish that you use to seal the pores in after you've done the clean and the oiling, basically.
Okay.
And
close up of that. What that looks like.
It works a bit like a wax. And it's an oil wax hybrid.
You put that on every cue, do you?
Every single cue.
Okay.
It's
cool.
the final plane finish.
Nice.
And then we try and encourage the players to put a little bit of this on every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And it just helps to keep those pores sealed in the wood.
Cool.
Which leaves a nice polishable surface.
Nice.
And as long as we've got those pores filled microscopically, then the crud from the air, micro dust, chalk dust, detritus off your hand is not getting back in as quickly.
Cool. And
so
you have
it's like a barrier.
Okay. And do you have a website people can get this from?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, they can get all this information about lots of information about Q Care. They can find out about Lynch's Q balm. They can find out about the Q clinics and where we're going.
Yeah.
And a bit about myself.
Is that your website on your show? QBalm.com.
QBalm.com.
Have a look at that.
Yeah.
There we go, guys. If you want more
If you're
information
interested in Q Care, any interest at all in Q Care, go to QBalm.com. You'll find it very interesting.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers. So again, just getting an idea of how much it costs for some of these services. So Q service, mini refurb, £5. Oh, and here we go. This is the one. Jim's pointing me to this one. So
it's like an annual service, effectively, for your Q.
Okay, you'd recommend this?
So it's like a once-a-year service for the Q.
Cool.
So we're cleaning it out, nourishing it.
Cool.
So clean, dry, nourish, dry, and then seal.
Cool.
And then essentially what we're doing is we're preparing the player's Q. If they've never used the Q balm, we're preparing the Q to then be maintained with the Q balm going forward.
Nice.
And
awesome, mate.
That stops that crud getting in as quickly.
Perfect. Cheers, mate. So I've got to stay quiet in here, but that's still our usual suite of the pro room. So the tournament has started, so I've got to stay quiet, but I'll just point the camera around. That's what it looks like. Chris Melling is on the table. It's our turn. Cool guys, so carrying on with the interviews with the pros, we've got professional player Josh Kane here. Yeah, how have you found it so far, Josh? How's your weekend been going?
Yeah, I played a qualifier match this morning. I won 8-3, so I played pretty well. So I'm looking forward to get started in the Pro Series tonight.
Yeah, nice. And is this what tournament is this? Sorry, what year is this for you as a pro with Ultimate?
I think it's my 4th. I was literally one of the original pros when it first started.
So. What's your biggest success with this tournament so far in terms of like how far you've reached?
I haven't had any that I can remember, so that's not very good. Really.
In terms of the level that you've got to that isn't pro with Ultimate Pool, have you played like for tournaments-wise that people might know that you've won?
Big tournaments in the past before Ultimate Pool. I won the World Masters in 2017. I've been to the World Final last year, which I was happy with, but I've not had a big tournament win with Ultimate Pool yet, which is kind of doing my nose a bit really. But if the standard's so good that I probably haven't dedicated myself enough over the last 4 years, but I'm just realising that now I'm trying to put in more work and hopefully reap the rewards for it.
Nice one, mate. Nice one. And with this tournament specifically, have you got any expectations for it? Obviously, you mentioned you won your qualifier earlier, but are you set like a goal or anything? I always set myself
expectations to play well, but you can't set yourself too high expectations, else you can just get disheartened because the standard's so good these days. But
for sure.
I set myself many goals throughout the year and haven't reached any yet, but there's plenty of time to go. The year's only just starting really, so.
But good luck to you,
mate.
And I'll see you soon. Right, cheers. Alright guys, so carrying on with the interviews with the pros, we've got Ultimate Pool professional Tom Cousins here. Good to see you, Tom.
Hi, mate.
It's just come off the table. Do you want to tell us about your game just now?
Yeah, scraped the 5-3 win, and then the time ran out. And played really well. There's a couple of long frames, 15-minute frames, but played well in the end and managed to get the win.
Nice. And how are you feeling about this weekend? Obviously, when these weekends come about, most of the people obviously, when they think Ultimate Pool, they think of yourself. So does that put a little bit of extra pressure on you, or do you feel like you're able to handle the pressure when you come in?
Nah, there's so many good players here. You know, if you don't play your game, you're out. So I'll just take it match by match. Really.
So you don't have any expectations. You just kind of come in, whatever happens, or are you kind of?
I'm hoping to do well, but you know, like I said, the standards are it's just one shot. You're on the way home, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Cool. And in terms of like staying relaxed for games and that, do you have a thing that you do? I've asked a couple of players that, just like how you stay nerve free, or do you always find the nerves affect you at all?
I do get nervous, but I just maybe handled it better than some other players maybe, but I'm just pretty chilled out in life really. It's just a game of pool, so I'm not too worried.
And everyone will ask the same question because I always get it. How do you get so much power on your break? What's the trick?
just try and time it. You obviously got to give it a whack, but just try and keep a smooth correction and give it a nice stun, I think, is what I find. Yeah, nice. All right, mate. Well, good luck for the rest of this weekend. Good chatting to you. Lovely.
And we'll see you soon, all right? Cheers, mate. Thanks. So I've just left the hotel, heading to the venue for event 1, which is effectively event number 3 out of 10. My first game is at 2 PM. Don't know the guy who I'm playing, but I've heard he's a good player. Yeah, just left my hotel now and heading down. I'm in the last 128, so hopefully I can get a win, get into the last 64. And the goal this weekend, like I said before, is to get into the last 32 really. If I can make that in one of the tournaments, and ideally both, then obviously it's guaranteed money. And yeah, it shows, not necessarily shows that I can hold my own at this level, but it's a stepping stone to basically reaching that next level, which is kind of quarterfinals and onwards. You'll see me kind of weaving in and out here because I don't want to be getting in people's way when I'm talking as I'm walking. But yeah, the TikTok tournament is also tonight, so I'll give you an update on that. Yeah, let's see how it goes. So one thing I forgot to talk about is how I'm actually feeling. So I feel much better than I did before event number 1 and 2. I'm feeling really confident this weekend. I know my goal is top 32, but I actually think quarterfinals isn't too far out of the question. Need a little bit of luck here and there, but I was playing well last night in practice. Yeah, hopefully I can carry that through. Just got to the venue, so I'll see you guys soon.
Wait for it to go off.
Alright, just finished my first game. Genuinely, if there's any sports psychologists out there who deal with someone who just cannot get over the finish line in matches, hit me up, because 5-2 up again for the second time in 3 events and lose 6-5 against, he's a good player, but at 5-3 I had chances, 5-4 I had an absolute golden chance, and then 5-all, I don't even think I got to the table, but in my head I was already defeated at 5-all. I was just like, well, I've lost, so it doesn't matter. So that's a massive, massive disappointment. I had a lot of confidence going into this event, but yeah, event 4 is tomorrow, so I only got to look up onwards and upwards, and then the TikTok tournament's tonight. So I'll keep you posted, but really, really annoyed with that. Yeah, let's see how the rest of the weekend goes. On that note, though, I get a lot of people asking me, like, are you pro? Do you play pro level? And I always answer that I'm not consistent enough. But I think, as much as being not consistent, not being able to clear up every single frame I play or whatever, whenever I visit the table, it's a lot about bottle. I just don't have any bottle when it comes to this game, especially in short matches. If it's a race to 15 or plus, like 21, something like that, then, you know, I've got a little bit more behind me, I can relax into the match. But races to 6, I just put so much pressure on myself, and I just don't have the bottle. Yeah, so hopefully I can find some in the next couple of days, but that's the reason why I'm not pro. When anyone asks me why are you not pro, consistency and lack of mental toughness, I would say. Frustrating, but can only get better from here, hopefully. Alright guys, something a little bit different. I've been asked to commentate on one of the professional games, so I'm about to make my way to the commentary booth now. Don't know what the game is, but yeah, first time I've ever been in comms, just me and one other guy. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I won my first game in the TikTok tournament, 4-2, and so I'm in the quarterfinals of that. So overall it's been a good night compared to earlier, but yeah, I'll keep you all posted, and yeah, watch this space and hopefully get a chance to look in the commentary booth and hopefully film a little bit of me talking on camera. So yeah, see you soon. You could screw back, go middle, and then play bottom right in the last one.
Event 4.
Yeah, he's got two choices, I think.
Andy Williams.
That's what he's going to do.
Number 2.
He's just getting out for the black. Does he leave it to right middle, or does he play it top left hand side to leave it to left middle?
Obviously, Simon, you're part of Team TikTok, really, in terms of the pool world.
Time. Yeah.
And I mean, how does it feel, kind of adapting from one to the other?
It's crazy. Like it's great to have the opportunity to be on comms. Obviously I'm used to doing the whole TikTok stuff, live streams and talking to people through a screen. You know, they're watching me play, so watching other people play is something different. But it's great. It's a great experience.
And how did you kind of find that? Because I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know your background that well.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody does.
But was this kind of your big leapfrog into the pool world through TikTok?
Basically, I grew up playing pool. I play on the Challenger Series at the moment, and I've never played kind of pro level or anything. I played high level at County A level. Yeah, so I was just saying, picked up pool when I was 5, and played throughout life really. But never at this level, so that's obviously watching it as and make it even look so easy. It's great to see. All right, guys. So we have got something a little bit different now. So this is the commentary box for the pro matches. As you'll see, that is where the tables are for the pro series here in Blackpool. We've got Luke Terry here, who is a commentator with Ultimate Pool. Yeah, so just kind of asking you a few questions, mate. If you could just let people know what you do and how long you've been doing it. Yeah, what's your story, guys?
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of ended up flying into this about 8 to 9 months ago. Obviously, Ultimate Pool have kind of taken me on as a commentator for the Pro Series events and a few other events I've done in between. It just started, I did it for Leicester Pool Promotions. Cool. They were looking for some more commentators, and then I ended up joining here. And to be honest with you, it's been a spiral since. Yeah. And one job's led to another, and now I'm here.
That's awesome, mate. So you're enjoying it?
Loving it, absolutely loving it.
That's cool, mate. And in terms of highlights of your commentating career in the last 8 months, what's been your favourite match that you commentated on?
Do you know what? The one that sticks in mind was actually at the very first event I did, the semi-finals of one of the Pro Series between Joe O'Connor and Declan Brennan. Yeah. And it was just an absolute dish fest, and Declan hasn't missed a ball. He's 5-2 up and has ended up losing the match somehow. Oh, wow. and it was one of those that you sat back and you went, wow, like this is the standard that I'm commentating on. So obviously they think of something of you, and you're there going, I've made it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in terms of the actual commentary process, are you able to, without kind of, obviously there's no match going on right now, we just had a match now with the TV, the table on the screen and stuff. Are you able to just give people a quick rundown in terms of the equipment that you use and what you actually do and the process and whatnot?
Yeah, so obviously we've kind of got the tech team over here that do the kind of bulk of our work, really. They kind of get the screen up for us, and then we've kind of got our setup here. So obviously you've got the headphones to kind of listen into your fellow commentator. You've then got the microphone that you speak into, and then all of our kind of bass is now on the keyboard on the box. So these are our kind of dials for turning on and off, as well as the different settings, you know, for volume and hearing what you're saying as well throughout the process. And then the keyboard is just if we want to go back and have a look at the replays.
Oh, okay. So you just press a button and it will come up with the instant replay live kind of thing.
Everything's kind of coded together that we can press certain buttons.
So you, the commentator, is the one who is responsible for the live replay specifically. There isn't someone who does that. That's you.
No, that's both of us. So say for example, obviously we've just done one together. If you wanted to do it as well, you could have done it.
That's interesting because I thought, without having been in here before, my assumption was that the commentator commentated and there was someone else watching the match who would click on when to use replays, but it makes perfect sense because obviously you want to marry it up to when you actually say something, right? So
I think the part is obviously there's not a lack of communication, but obviously there's a disconnect between what we're talking about and what somebody on the screen's doing. Obviously we want to be able to catch the replays when we want to catch them, whereas somebody else may think that there's a different time to catch it. So it just means that everything runs a bit more smoothly.
Perfect. All right, mate. So thanks so much for having me in the comms tonight.
No problem at all.
This is and very nice meeting you.
Absolutely.
And I hope you get to commentate on the game with you in the future.
Take care, Si.
I'm out, guys. See you later. All right, guys. So managed to get one of the pros again for an interview. Obviously, I've had a couple in the start of this vlog. We've got Hitan Patel here, who was one of the semi-finalists in is it event 3 or event 4?
Event 3, yeah.
And, obviously, I'm assuming that means you've been playing well. So, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, to be honest. I'm not the favourite, so I'm just going to go and enjoy it, to be honest. Obviously, Tom Cousins is a good player.
Right, so you got in the semis?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So.
Okay. And so, with a situation like this, have you made a semi-finals in the Ultimate Pool Series?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Okay. And obviously, from experience with that, how do you deal with that? Like that, does it increase the pressure? Does it? Are you just kind of just playing with a bit of a
like 40 years,
yeah.
So
fair enough.
I'm pretty relaxed, to be honest, when I go out there.
Yeah, nice.
I don't really feel the pressure, but just hopefully I'll play well. That's all.
Nice. So is that the focus? Is literally just focus on playing well? a lot of questions I get from people are, and I asked a couple of the other pros this, is how you deal with pressure at a situation. Because some of these guys who watch this channel don't really play much, and when they do, they get really nervous. So what kind of advice would you give people who do get nervous?
Just time management, you know, and stuff like that. I make sure take your time. I just make sure I've got time to take my shots and stuff, and really, and just make sure don't rush anything. Nothing easy. Make sure don't miss any easy parts. Hopefully,
perfect.
Works out.
And obviously, you mentioned you've been playing for 40 years.
Yeah,
there's beginners on here who want to know how do you start. What would you say is, like, say 3 steps, or even one, just the 1 to 3 things you would recommend someone who hasn't never played pool before to do to get started?
Practicing your own, patterns and stuff.
Getting your own cue, I'm assuming.
Get your own cue. Practice patterns.
Bit of town
control.
Chalk, maybe. I don't know. Do you use town? Or
Town chalk.
Do you use town?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. So a little bit of town chalk we'll put a plug in there for town.
That's my town. I'm just about the walls.
Yeah, nice. Well, all right, mate. Well, obviously your match is coming up in a little bit, so I'll leave you to it. But yeah, it was great speaking to you, and good luck in the semis, and we'll see you soon. All right.
Cheers,
mate. All right, thanks a lot. See you soon. All right, guys, we're back for day 3. So it's Saturday. Obviously, last night you've just seen. Did a little bit of commentary on one of the matches, which was Carl Cope against Dylan Leary. Really good experience. Hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of that. I might add it into this vlog. But yeah, hopefully be able to get some footage of that match. And I'm actually going to be doing some commentary again. They want me to do it again, so obviously happy to help. I'm just going to grab some food now. I've got 2 matches planned for today. If I win, obviously, both, then I'll have more. But I've got the second event of the Challenger Tier 2, so event 4, and then I've got the TikTok tournament later on tonight. So my first game's 4 PM, and then the TikTok tournament will start after that. If I win in both, then obviously I have more matches throughout the night. But yeah, it's a combination of commentary and matches. So yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, gonna grab some food now, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, so just a quick update. Just played my first round match of the event 4, so the second event of the weekend, and was 5-2 up again, but this time managed to get over the line, win 6-2. I nearly threw it away. I had 2 yellows left and the black, and went for the clearance at 5-2, messed up, and he got back in but left me another chance, which I took. So happy with that. Into the next round, which goes off at 9:45 PM, so a bit of a late one. Before that, I've got my first round quarterfinal match of the TikTok tournament, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as the evening goes on, and yeah, watch this space. Alright guys, so a quick update from tonight's play. I was in a TikTok tournament earlier, won my quarterfinal match. Somehow my opponent was unlucky to go in off to make it 3-all and go to win 3-2, and he went in off with 5 seconds on the black, and I won 3-2. So I got through to the semis, won my semi-final 5-0, and then won the final on a 6-red shootout. So my opponent got 31 seconds, and I got 27, I think, 26. Probably could have gone quicker, but I just slowed down when I realised that I had enough time. But yeah, got the trophy, which is right here. Second one from these TikTok tournaments. Out of there's been 4 of them, and I've won 2, and the only person who's won 2. And then straight after that, so that finished at about 11:15 PM, 11:30 PM. Straight after that, went on for my last 64 match in the Challenger. Obviously, it was meant to be on earlier, but I had to be in the TikTok tournament, and yeah, so I played in that, and that's the best I've played, I would say, in one of these Challenger events. I was 5-2 up again, and again those 5-2 kind of up, am I going to lose 6-5 thoughts came into my head, but I was clinical with the finish at 5-2 and won 6-2. So my last 128 match I won 6-2, my last 64 match I won 6-2. I'm into the last 32 tomorrow, guaranteed some money, so that's nice. And that was my goal of the weekend. Obviously I mentioned it earlier on in this vlog, that my goal was to basically just get one last 32 finish at this tournament. So now I've just got to push through, hopefully get the last 16, and a quarterfinal would be great. That's my next step of this. I think a quarterfinal in one of these tournaments is the next step. So I'm up early tomorrow. It's currently about 12:30 AM. So this match is finished super late. But yeah, I'm back on early, so I've got to go to bed, get some rest, and I'll be back on early tomorrow, and I will keep you posted with an update tomorrow. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so an update here from Blackpool. It is now Sunday, the last day of the tour weekend. As you can tell, sat in my car, which is never a good sign. Played my last 32 match today against an England junior. I think he's either 14 or 15. I know him personally from TikTok. He's got a big TikTok following, and he's a very, very good player. And yeah, he beat me 6-2. Pretty comfortable win for him. Had a couple of chances here and there, but he was clinical. The biggest issue was my break. I broke out of 3 breaks. Did I break 3 or 4? I broke 4, and 3 of them were dry. And on all 3 of those, he cleared up. So on the 2 frames that I did win, they were from him not making a ball on the break. So they were dry reverse dishes or dry dishes. So out of 8 frames, I think there were at least... he had 3 reverse, I had 2 reverse, and he had 1 break. So out of 8 frames, there were 6 dishes. It's just one of those things. On another day, I can beat him. It's just who gets in and who has the lay of the balls and who's got the easier finish, really. I think every time I got to the table, there was always a problem ball that I would just try and develop. I wasn't trying to slow the game down or anything. He's a very attacking player. Similar to myself, but yeah, he's just much more clinical and plays these kind of tournaments at this, like I said, England level, so knows what this situation's like, whereas me, I'm kind of out of my depth a little bit. But made the last 32 in one tournament, won the TikTok tournament this weekend, so I'm happy with that. And then the next event is in June, so I'm heading home now. Next event's in June, so I'll be sure to vlog that event, hopefully get some more videos with some of the pros, some more interviews, that kind of stuff, do some more work in the commentary booth, which was really cool this weekend. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.